Well, well, well. Here we are again. With some good episodes today. We the first couple seasons of TNG DS9 were kind of rough to get through, but we got there in the end, and we're finally rewarded with the really, really good Star Trek, including One Little Ship. That's the best episode for today.
Ryan, would you say it's been a long road?
It has been a long road getting from there to here. And it did take a long time.
But our time is finally here.
Yeah. And I'm seeing my dream come alive at last. Hey, Michael.
Hi, bye.
What, you got something against Enterprise? Enterprise is a great show. Just that, wait, who's the person that's just watching it now in the Discord? Is that the Sergeant?
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes it. Everybody likes it. It's a good show.
I think it certainly has its high points and its low points. I really wanted them to flesh out the temporal Cold War more, and I feel like they kind of wrapped it up because they knew they had to. And then season 4 was just kind of like, episodic more than
season 4.
Manny Cotto took over in season 4 from Rick Berman and Brandon Braga as like the showrunner essentially. And when he got there, I think he just wanted to get rid of the temporal Cold War.
I'm with him.
That's what I liked about it
in the first place.
Yeah.
I didn't like that arc.
I liked there being a common thread in the whole series,
Yeah.
Because they started so many things like that in Next Generation, and they just abandoned them, and
by the way, everybody queued up to season 6, episode 13, Far Beyond the Stars. That's going to be the first episode for today. Probably should mention that.
Those parasites were going to be have been introduced to the Federation by the Borg, and there was going to be this big Romulan Federation alliance to fight the Borg, and they just kind of they dropped all that.
Not an Enterprise. That can't be right.
No, that was
Enterprise?
TNG.
Okay.
I'm saying.
What are you talking about? The Borg and the parasites and what?
I like when they weave a little thread into episodic episodes that connects across multiple seasons.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is they dropped that in the Next Generation.
Who was it?
We were trying it again in Enterprise.
Agent Daniels with the temporal Cold War. I liked him, even though like the suit or whatever, like the cat suit that we're all gonna be wearing in like a couple of centuries, isn't great.
All the piping. It had all the piping. And I was like, what's with all the piping? Was there a big sale on piping when Starfleet was buying uniforms? And then just like all the piping.
I don't think they ever said anything about his uniform, but I always got the impression that we were supposed to think that was a specific time travel suit, not like normal clothing.
I think it had a Starfleet insignia on it.
I don't.
Let me
remember.
look up Crewman Daniels because I know vaguely what his uniform. His weird future black thing.
Yeah, it was a little too tight.
Like
you see how skinny the guy is, and it's like, okay.
Yeah,
I think they avoided Starfleet insignia on his stuff because I think they wanted to leave us with the impression that he may or may not be a good guy.
I'm looking at it right now, and I don't see any Starfleet stuff on it. It's just black lines.
Yeah, I don't know. My memory says, and my faulty memory says, there was like a little black insignia carved in on the rubber. But anyway, that might be me. But I liked it because he was Starfleet, and he wasn't a bad guy. He was trying to like save other people were misinforming, and he was the one giving us the good information. Kind of like Mulder from the X-Files or the Cancer Man.
See, I never felt like we were supposed to think that. I think we were supposed to be questioning whether or not he was the good guy, especially in situations where they flipped the script on us and made the Suliban the good guys occasionally.
Also,
Possibly.
30 seconds to start. Everyone be queued up.
We get to act in this episode.
There's that one scene where Silik saved the whole ship from an explosion.
Yeah.
And then it came and it was like, yeah, I saved it because Daniels is screwing with you guys. You should go kill him. He's not even really Starfleet.
Right. It was
He only did it because it served his goals.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He wasn't for or against Enterprise.
4, 3, 2, 1, play.
It was whether or not it furthered his goals. So
Or the goals of his... Wait, no. Are we talking about
Overlords.
Zillick? Yeah, the goals of his master from the future. Who's apparently going to be Archer. Just future Archer. If the show kept going.
You mean
Like
Scott
in
Bakula in Quantum Leap?
Would have been like a kind of a Tenet situation where the boss is the protagonist and whole
They were
way
gonna
along.
maybe they could have had present Archer and future Archer have a punch out.
Yep.
Well, that's what happens, Cisco, when you name a ship after a brutal conqueror.
Hey, Jarinx. Oh, wow, he left Earth?
Joseph Cisco. Yeah, because you remember
No way.
From Homefront and Paradise Lost, his whole thing was like, no, I'm not coming to the station. I live here on Earth.
Yeah.
Who's going to run the restaurant?
Who's going to run the restaurant? You know how hard it is to run a restaurant?
he came to see it because it might not be here in a little bit.
Yeah, it already got conquered once.
What they should have done with
Twice.
the mysterious man in Enterprise is whenever they did reveal his identity, it was Dean Stockwell.
Hang on, let me look at who Dean Stockwell is before I laugh at that joke. I don't know who that is.
He's the other guy in Quantum Leap. The guy who always consulted
Oh.
Ziggy. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he's a Cylon. Gotcha.
Al. It's
Yeah.
Al.
Okay.
They just gave Dean Stockwell a cameo in one of the episodes as some alien military leader, and it was incredibly unsatisfying. He
You're not
should
gonna
have been
believe
more
this, Sam. Ziggy says you gotta seduce your mom to leap forward.
Okay.
I think that was the premise of Back to the Future, actually. But yeah.
No, that was the opposite of the premise of Back to the Future. He wasn't supposed to do that,
Right.
But he did it anyway.
which is weird.
That's actually why Disney turned down the film. They said,
Right,
Can you,
'cause it-
could you change the plot?
You can't have incest. Can't have a mom kissing the son.
Are we supposed to care about the Cortez? We've never even heard of this ship or the captain on it.
It's just a MacGuffin for the story.
It makes the... Oh, hey, Odo. I guess it makes the world feel kind of real that there are just, like, there's people we don't know. We don't know everyone in the universe.
It sort of shows us how the war is going tits up, in a way.
Makes us feel like there's more than 40 people in this universe.
Yep. But where's Charlie Reynolds? What's going on with his ship, the Centaur? I think we hear about Charlie later. Does he die? I don't know.
I don't remember.
You were a Maquis.
Is this after? This is after she's been to prison, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 They got
She-
back
she
together
was never
while
dualistic
Cisco
enough.
was high on religion,
It's okay.
which feels kind of unfair because that doesn't feel like he made an actual informed decision about whether he wanted to get back together, and now he's stuck with it.
Yeah, we don't hear about Charlie Reynolds again after that one episode.
Okay. That was Michael Dorn.
Was that?
Don't you recognize Michael Dorn?
Yeah. So, honestly, if somebody was like I was a religion major, I have a healthy respect for religion and theology. If somebody has spiritual visions, okay, but if they're having spiritual visions and then baseball players from like 5 centuries ago, they're having schizophrenic hallucinations, and they need to see a doctor.
But okay, the hat on the baseball player, it says New York and then Giants. But like the New York Giants is a football team, so I don't know. Kind of weird.
And they're based in Jersey. So.
That's
Yeah.
the real largest hint that we don't live in the Star Trek universe. It's a different timeline.
Now, the Giants were originally a New York team, I believe, and they moved to San Francisco.
But they were never a baseball team. That's
No,
my
they
were a
what I'm
baseball
saying.
They are. They're still a Giants baseball team. It's the San Francisco Giants now.
Okay. Oh, okay. So they,
Okay, it's like the Dodgers moved to LA from Brooklyn
yeah.
Yeah.
back in the 20s.
They moved in 1957, so we know that the episode takes place before 1957.
It takes place in 1953, actually.
Oh, there
According
you go.
to the Amazon description.
Hey, look, there's Nog.
It is Nog.
They got the Atlantic accent going.
What's wrong with flying saucers in Pearl Harbor? Maybe it was flying saucers. You don't know. You weren't there.
It looks
So
like
he's
it might-
experiencing this as Benny. Like he's not.
Yeah.
It's not like Picard in Inner Light. It's like he's Benny, and then he's going to go back to being Cisco and remember being Benny. And everything Benny remembered in his whole life, I'd assume, it's taxing on a mind.
Yeah.
Well, we do know that they can actually just scan people and see if they've gained any new memories. So maybe Bashir should just scan his brain and see, like, does he have a whole 50 years of memory suddenly implanted in him? What happened? Is this real? Is it a vision? Well, I mean, it's a vision from the prophets. We know that, but you know.
Oh, that's what it is? Okay.
Yeah,
No
his
spoil-
Joseph Sisko is supposed to be the manifestation of the prophets.
Oh, okay.
And he says to write the words, Brother Benny. At least that's my understanding of it. So how's the weather?
When we see Benny again, it's a Pod Wraith thing, isn't it?
Yeah, Hallrates use it to make him not write the words Brother Benny. Erase the words Brother Benny.
Okay. That makes sense.
The Bajoran Orb of Prophecy is also pretty cool. For like, because that's how the trials and tribulations happens, right?
No, that was the
Yeah,
Orb of Time.
Okay, right, yeah, sorry. Excuse me.
They use the Orb of Time again in a future episode, I believe.
Do they?
Not they. One person does. Kira does.
Oh, right. Because
When she
Dukat
discovers her
called
mom
up-
has been hooking up with.
Yeah, Dukat just called her on Mother's Day or something. It's like, hey, I banged your mom. And that's it. He hangs up. It's done. And she has to go back in time to see if it's true. Why
Turns
did they
out
write that
it
episode?
is.
What's the point?
Because Mark wanted to hook up with Kira, and that was the closest they could give him, apparently.
Mark, don't make it weird.
No, it wasn't Mark who did that. It was Ira Barrick had the idea of Kira and Dukat hooking up, and Nana Visitor was very not happy about that idea.
Yeah, we get to see everyone out of makeup. Armin Sherman,
Oh,
Quark,
yeah.
Renee Aubergine-Wise, Odo,
Well,
Julian
less
Bashir.
makeup.
Looks like a regular non-augmented human this time.
How do you tell?
I guess they didn't change his physical characteristics.
Well, he's playing it exactly the same, I suppose.
Kinda. Colomani looks completely different. Come on,
I
let
love-
Benny read it.
I love this office because like back then, newspaper writing and stuff, there was like you had a dozen cartoonists on staff, you know, writers, editors. It was a lot of fun.
What's a crawler?
You don't know what a
Some
crawler
sort
is?
of pastry.
It's a
I
really,
guess.
No.
it's a really fluffy donut. It's like got a lot of air
Oh,
gaps
it's one of
in
those
it,
things.
and
I just looked it
really
up, yeah.
delicate.
A
Okay.
French cruller, usually it's called at the Dunkin' Donuts.
I would
I get
just
a
call
honey-
it a
honey crawler.
twisty donut.
Yeah.
I'm fancy like that.
I like sour cream donuts personally, and
Well,
old
you're
fashioned.
weird.
Yeah, I've never had
Sour,
that.
sour cream donuts are delicious.
Like Mad Men wasn't existent at this time. They was an HBO show, but a lot of the they did a great job.
Oh,
like
hey, Martok.
it's
Yeah.
that's
Uh-huh.
Mark. That's
Yeah,
a
that's
Sure it
Martok.
is. Shit.
Also,
Can
the
only
male
tell from the
changeling.
voice.
Yeah, Loss. We haven't met him yet, though.
That's a really great
U.S.
cartoon.
United States Air Force, did that say?
Yep.
Why does the United
It
States
did.
Air Force have a space station?
Hey Rob.
We have a
Because
Well,
why not?
The Air Force managed the space stuff. At
But
least
there's
it
no
did
air
up
in
until
space.
Space Force.
Yeah,
Wow.
even NASA's astronauts were all from the Air Force.
It's a mix. It's a mix between us and the Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like even the
There's
the
no
Apollo
ocean in
Research Laboratory
space.
does stuff with
What's the Navy
satellites,
doing
too, I
up
guess.
there?
work.
Oh
And
boy, we're
the
starting
Air-
on the racism early. Excellent.
What?
Racism
Politics in my
Trek.
Star Trek?
Impossible. No, see, politics in Star Trek is only bad if it's politics you personally don't agree with. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine to be political.
Those are the 5 greatest Black American writers in the 20th century. And everyone should read Black Boy by Richard Wright.
So, I'm not that familiar with racism in the 50s. Would people not care that Siddiq al-Tahir Father Abdurrahman Muhammad Ahmed Abdul Karim al-Mahdi isn't white? Because he's not black. He's
True.
from
He's-
Sudan.
He's playing white, I suppose.
Yeah.
True though. It
Supposed-
wouldn't have been easy for him either.
Is Julian
Well,
Bashir
no, it might
supposed
not
to be
have-
British white?
I mean, it might help him that he sort of passes in that way.
People from the Sudan are pretty dark skinned.
Oh, Gul Dukat and, well, I was going to say Wayoon, but it's Wayoon and Brunt and that guy who wanted the hollow image of Kira and the guy from
Shran.
Tsukatsu, Shran. He sounds most like Shran to me here, though. Like if Shran was from Brooklyn.
Jeffrey Combs plays Brunt. I learned that now.
Yeah. FCA.
He also does a wonderful gyration on the Negus' throne.
No, we don't get a no makeup Garrick. Garrick doesn't show up. No, Andy. I think... No, we haven't met everyone yet. We still need to meet Cassidy. We very briefly saw Michael
and-
Dorn.
Worf. Oh, that's right. We already did see him.
He's the baseball player.
Yeah.
Also, Cisco's son
Oh, yeah.
shows up.
And
Jake is there.
Joseph Sisko. His son and his dad. I think that's
so
everyone.
this particular scene, this
Yes.
is kind of why there's still there's a lot of anger today, because this kind of shit still happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's
And, like, the
city
funny thing is-
coming to?
These cops think they're really nice, so they just let him off with a warning.
Yeah, the religious preacher, Joseph Sisko. I believe he's a prophet directly.
They're in New York, right? Story-wise?
Yes.
It looks really great. Like, being from New York, it looks like Harlem, Uptown, the fire escapes, and the bulb behind Father Sisko is just like that. Outside the subways.
See, I just can't see it as anything other than a set. It's
Yeah, this is
for me it is so blindingly a set.
almost
Yeah.
almost
Okay to
every major lot in Hollywood has a New York part for their back lot. So I'm sure
I
this
mean,
is Paramount's back lot.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Looks
well,
good
it's
to
either
me.
Paramount, Warner's, or Fox's. They share each other's backlots.
Does it
all
look
the
too
time.
much like a set to you because you recognize the set or because it's a bad set?
If it's the Universal set, then I've been there along with the Warner Brothers one. So
I don't think it's a bad set. I don't think the
Oh
New
no,
York,
no, no.
the New York Glots
It's
are bad
just-
by any means. It's just you can recognize them.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
look like a set.
I don't think
Especially
we
with the
see
ho-
Out of Makeup Morn, but we do see an Out of Makeup Morn in the series finale. He's in the in the Hollow Suite when they're all celebrating. You can see him walk by. He's not in this
Aw.
episode though, I don't think.
I love that space station. They like tubed it up and made it look so Jetsons.
Why does that plane have wings though? They're in space. What are the wings for?
That is a thing that science
Oh,
fiction
wow.
has done for decades. Put wings
Aesthetics.
on things that are only meant to fly in space.
Aesthetics. Maybe it's part of the
Yes.
drive system. You don't know. Why
That's
do you
true,
like?
I
You have
don't
a
know.
solar sail. You have a solar sail. It looks like a sail, but it's not. You know, it doesn't catch
Solar
air.
sa-
It catches.
No, solar
solar
sails have
particles.
to look like that.
Yeah, solar sails function on surface area.
Those are a real
Like,
thing.
That's my point. Is that the ship could have a drive that needs a wing shape to function, even though it's not generating lift on air.
Okay. Captain Benjamin Sisko.
Anybody
Alright,
ever
then.
have a typewriter?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
such
I
a
have a
joy to
keyboard.
clickety clack. Yeah.
My parents had. Well, my mother had one. Assume they both had one once. But I used it to do my spell words in elementary school. That was pretty fun.
It is.
My grandfather used a typewriter literally almost till the day he died.
I had my grandmother had a super old one that it had like the individual arms for each letter, and if you typed too fast, they could get bound
Yeah.
up and
Oh
stuck
yeah,
together.
yeah.
I had
We had
that.
one like that in preschool. I remember playing with it.
Yeah. You couldn't type too fast.
And that's why our keyboards look like they do today.
Yeah. And yeah, the letters are all jumbled up because if you had it alphabetical, you'd be pressing S and T at the same time too much.
Yeah. So is he supposed to be Muslim in this episode?
That
The
is a
hat.
kufi, for sure. And they're in
Yeah.
Harlem, and Malcolm X and stuff was very active in Harlem at this time. And the
So
three boys he
probably.
was with also seemed they were just doo-wopping though.
I think he just likes the hat. It's a nice hat.
Salam alaikum.
And would that be why he was so surprised when his dad, who is shown to be like a Christian preacher, was talking to him?
I mean, it could just
Oh.
be an African thing.
It
Like,
was also
it-
just surprising that he knew his name and all that. I mean, that
That's-
surprised
yeah.
anyone.
That's possibly also true. Yeah.
Well, I'd assume that it's a tight knit community, and he just knows his name, or he could.
Well, Ben did specifically call out, like, how do you know my name? And he didn't answer.
Oh,
Or
Never mind
maybe
then.
he didn't. He does that later. I don't know. At some point he does that.
He's
Oh, hey,
off.
Michael.
Hey,
no
It's just-
makeup
it's
today,
also-
huh?
it's weird to see him smile in aura
He
of
just-
makeup. now that I
He
think
just
about it.
walked
He's a
into
merry
work this
man.
morning. He didn't have to do 4 hours of makeup before the day started.
he looks way friendlier here, huh?
Yeah.
Cassidy looks so cute with the waitress haircut.
It's weird for someone to hit on another dude's girlfriend in front of him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it wasn't weird in the 50s? Was that a thing?
Probably
Yeah.
not.
No,
Daddy-o.
I think that's just him. Oh, is that a picture of him in the background behind him? It's kind of out of focus. No, I don't think that's Michael.
And they're all doo-wopping.
Is he stalking Cassidy? I don't think he's here to eat. He just showed up to hit on her.
100%.
Do up, 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 do up.
When was it you said? When was it you said this episode was supposed to take
53.
place?
1953.
53.
It
That's pretty good
don't mean
attention
a
to detail because
thing.
the New York Giants finished 5th in 53, and which he mentioned here.
If it ain't got that swing, do
Now-
up, do up, do up.
Jake Sisko. Is it Ben Sisko or is it the prophets themselves who have such a low opinion of him that they make him a thief? Who in this relationship hates Jake?
Alley Cat Jake.
I can't quite make out that picture, but if I had to guess,
I don't
that
think
might
it's,
be Willie Mays.
I think it's Cisco.
I don't think it's Sisko. Baseball player. Oh yeah,
Oh my
Jadzia,
God.
I
I'm
forgot
saying,
she's
I'm
in
saying I
this.
think it's Cisco who has the opinion of Jake.
She's chewing gum too.
Didn't Terry Farrell play actual roles like this? Right before, right after DS9?
I would believe it.
I remember reading something about how she liked Jadzia because she usually got cast as like ditzy people.
Airheads.
I know Tajik appreciated not being just sort of Middle Eastern person number 3.
This is being very self-congratulatory by the writers here. Oh, this Deep Space. Oh, it's a masterpiece of writing. Oh, this'll sell so well. You're a genius, Benny.
I mean, the amazing thing though is at the end though, like nobody will take Cisco's story because he's black, and it breaks your heart so bad.
I find it interesting that they made human Martok like the Cardassians, not the Klingons.
Yeah.
Why can't you print it, Odo? It's not believable. I mean, Herb's got a point. Should probably listen to Herb.
Oh, another really cool thing about history. The 50s were the golden era for sci-fi pulp magazines. People bought that stuff and had subscriptions, and the writers, Isaac Asimov and so on, were all blown up.
Yeah, I mean, O'Brien's character here is a clear homage to Isaac Asimov.
His obsession with robots.
But I'm saying even the economic survivability
What?
of
What?
the sci-fi.
What is Julian playing? Calm down, dear boy. Not Vikings.
Very clearly British.
Extremely British. I mean, the way he says this, it makes me think that he likes robots too much.
Yeah.
Yep. If he was born 50, 60 years later, he would be into sex robots. Might have been.
Well, let's see, 50 years. This takes place in 1953, and 50 years would be 2003. So no, it's actually only like 45 years. At least until Deep
Yeah.
Space Nine is created, not the colorblind bit.
We had Futurama though by 2003, so we had the idea of sex robots as anyway.
I mean, the idea of sex robots has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Jake, do you really think that mustache is working for you?
Or about 300 years from now, for that matter. 400 now? Now, there's a word you don't hear often in Star Trek.
Swearing? Racial
They use
slurs
that-
in my Star Trek?
Yeah.
They used the N-word in the Mark Twain episode, right?
Did they?
I don't
No.
know.
Does it Does he say I will not dine in the company of
No,
racial slurs?
absolutely not.
No? I don't know what movie.
They wanted us to like Mark Twain. They wouldn't say that.
I was gonna say.
No, I didn't include that N word in the compilation of all the swearing because it felt situationally appropriate.
Yeah.
Yes. No. Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say, but even if you read Huckleberry Finn, it's also situationally appropriate because that's how people talk.
I mean,
Jesus. Why is he wearing Klingon armor? Ben, why do you picture... Is that how you see him? You see him as a Klingon first, Starfleet officer second? I guess that's how Worf sees himself. Sometimes. Honestly, he's very inconsistent about it. Do you question Worf's loyalty?
Oh snap!
What should I stop? I assume someone was talking to their cat.
No, I said, oh snap.
Oh, snap.
Oh, he's
Classic
wearing the
robotics.
priest collar. I didn't see that before.
If we watched this a few years ago, we could start making jokes about does he know the way? We're a little late now, though.
Muslim brother Benny.
Yeah, I don't... I don't know if he's a Christian. He looks like a Christian preacher. He's wearing Christian preacher clothing. But he's not talking
Yeah,
about
that's a Roman
Jesus.
collar. That's something that only like either a Roman Catholic priest or an Episcopal priest would wear.
Yeah, but he ain't talking about Jesus or Yahweh.
No.
But he's telling him to write the word, though, so he's preaching.
Don't touch a man's glasses, Cassidy. There, good. Take your glasses back. They're even touching the lenses. What are you doing?
Cassidy's still waiting on him 500 years in the past.
I guess he could try to find a different publisher.
In the 50s, it's pretty hard to get it published anywhere with wide circulation.
Oh, I'd guess after midnight. Okay.
Something that happened in only the past 2 or 3 years, but in the 50s there was a black female writer named Octavia Butler, and she won, the Hugo Award, the Nebula Award, MacArthur Fellow, and so on. But she never got on the bestseller list, and only in the past 3 years, she died in 2006, did she get on the bestseller list. So black sci-fi writers are on their way up.
I mean, N.K. Jemisin is pretty hot shit at the moment.
Avery, why are you running to the piano like that? Why would you do that? Just to make it be discordant? I mean, I think Brother Benny might need to actually go to a psychiatric ward. See Dr. Wyckoff.
That's where the far right send them.
That's not the lot.
This footage. Oh.
What was that?
They need to upscale that.
Why? Okay. What, you refused to publish? I thought it was the publisher who refused to publish it.
Well, he refused to publish it because he didn't want to piss off the publisher.
Write or die, says the T-Rex? What? A dream. So do you think that makes the story better or worse?
I mean, we're trying to get him published, so in a way, it's better. We are censoring the plot, which is, in that way, it's worse.
I mean,
What does he have against Herb? Why does he hate Herb so much? I'm with Herb.
Just
It's
when
still Odo and Quark. It's still, even in his prophet power delusions.
The prophets
Even the
know.
prophets know.
But Brown versus Board of Ed, which desegregated public schools, was in 1954, 55. So we're still in like segregated schools America right now.
Wait, is Jake wearing a wig?
Yes, that's not his hair.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't think he could have grown out his hair that fast. When I first saw it, it looked like a wig to me.
I mean, it might just be styled in a different way, but it looks off
Yeah.
somehow.
Like, did you know Kess was wearing a wig the whole time? Her hair is black and not blonde. But now that I think about it, that was like the cheesiest wig ever.
Is Avery wearing a wig? Does he have a bald cap?
Well, if he's wearing a wig, we can't see it.
Maybe he's wearing a mouth wig. What am I talking about? The beard. The goatee.
A mouth wig.
A mouth wig.
I love those old cars. I know I've mentioned this before, but when they filmed Godfather and 2 and 3, it's like you have to spend a lot of money to get cars from the 50s in your video production.
Mm-hmm. You know what the problem is? The cars from the 50s that you can get now that you can borrow and rent, they're always pristine because they're the survivors, these resto cars, and so like you don't have enough cars in these scenes that have like a dented fender, a rusty roof, like it's just everything is like it just came off the assembly line.
Well, be the change you want to see in the world. Go and rent a 50s car for a bunch of money, dent the fender, give it back to him.
I don't think that would go well.
Paramount. Like, don't wax it and just rent it to Paramount. Yeah, but you're right.
And they always
journey, brother Benny.
And whenever they do a period film, they always have really like if you go out on the road now, you see cars from now, you see cars from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. When they do something like this, it's always like really specific.
Really they only have one car model.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like there should be like 34 Fords, on the road and stuff like that.
Good point.
Why
What
you gotta
did he
be so
tell him?
creepy, Joseph?
Beware the Ides of March.
What dark, gloomy blackness did he just step into? That's not how light works.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Oh, good job, Jake.
Wow, we're still dealing with this?
I wonder if this could be relevant these days.
Yeah.
What? Police violence? No.
No. I mean, he had a crowbar for breaking into the car.
And this
He
guy
was
was asking too
Oh,
many
there's Wayon
questions.
and Ducat.
Those cars
I
look
mean-
really shiny.
They could just, like, handcuff him if they really wanted to, but no, just throw him into the street and beat him. That seems good. That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, they only just murdered somebody, so
Yeah.
they didn't get the visceral physical beating in because they shot him, so they had to.
Get the outlet.
Mm.
At least he could walk the next day.
No, it's been weeks.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, that wasn't like Wei Yun at all. Wei Yun's so diplomatic. He gets other people to beat you.
That's true.
He doesn't beat
Wayun
you
doesn't do the
himself.
beatdown. Wayun would not do a beatdown.
It's just weird.
Wayun would be like, I'm offended that you think that I would even think of doing that to you.
What are you making? Column? Is he making a little pipette robot?
Ooh, we're about to get some quality overacting if I'm not mistaken.
The thing
Don't
is,
rush.
it really looks like overacting, but that's just Avery Brooks. He's not even acting.
Oh, yeah, I know. He's very good at it.
He's not actually acting when he has his breakdown. He
No.
actually has a breakdown on set.
Yeah.
No,
You stayed on the floor after they cut for minutes.
did he really? Wow.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He did. And he was directing the episode, so that means somebody else was yelling cut, and he just
Oh
didn't
wow.
hear it. Yeah.
We haven't gotten there yet. For now, he's really happy. He's having a great time. His story's getting published. He's going to be famous and popular. He's going to get money. 3 cents a word.
The only time O'Brien doesn't suffer is in the hallucination.
When someone has to suffer. Someone has to take the suffering for him.
That's true. He gets to be Isaac Asimov, and Armin Shimmerman has to be the blacklisted communist.
Oh, it's funny because, in the actual show, he's a capitalist, ruthless capitalist.
True. That's funny.
What's the moodometer over there? I think you might have to move the moodometer a bit to the left. Oh, no. I don't know if we can trust that reading.
Oh, it's starting.
Now let's see if we can pinpoint the exact moment it goes from acting to just Avery Brooks.
Okay. Right now, I think the moment you said that, Ryan.
But let's see, NVIDIA and NVENC. Maybe I need to update my drivers.
When's the last time you updated it?
Recently-ish.
Did you download OBS 27?
This is OBS 26.1.1.
I think they just released 27.
Okay, it's going back up. 6,000 bitrate, 2 keyframe intervals.
It's gonna jump to like 20. It's gonna jump to like 25K.
Yeah, that's fine.
And catch up.
It's amazing.
Jeez, God.
This is so amazing.
Ugh.
You're fired, but you're gonna listen to my speech before I leave.
Ugh.
You're not gonna tell me it's not real. I do like the thing about the blacklisted communist writer, because basically it wasn't easy for you to get a job or get published either. Once you were on that list in Hollywood on the other side of the country.
Alright, so after the stream, I need to look at the log and see what's up. Now, where do I find the OBS logs? OBS's folder is over here. Or do they keep the logs somewhere else?
Well, if you click on help, you can go to log files. And you can see view current log or show log files, and it takes you to the folder.
This is like that Tapestry episode almost that we watched yesterday.
Number of drop frames due to insufficient bandwidth or connection
Sort of.
stalls. 4%.
Go to view stats and open up the stats screen.
Lots of drop frames.
Typically an internet
Frame.
issue, but that's weird.
It sh-
Yeah,
If I-
you're losing your connection to YouTube.
but
You know
hmm,
what
I
you
don't
can do,
know
Ryan?
how.
If you're on Windows 10, Amazon Prime is an app that you can download on Windows 10, and then you'll be able to download and save the Amazon file as a VOD, and then that way you won't be both piping in your own Star Trek stream and then
The
piping
the
out
issue
the,
isn't my
But
actual
his-
internet connection because I have 500 down and 43
okay.
up.
Never
His
mind.
his streaming is using his upload channels and his like him streaming to YouTube is upload channels. Him watching the VOD, watching the Star Trek is the download
download. Yeah.
channels. So they
It
don't
wouldn't
interact.
affect it. Yeah, it wouldn't
Right.
affect it. Okay. All right, never mind.
Let me just try dropping the bitrate for the rest of the stream to 3000 just to see if that does anything. Now, that'll probably
Hey.
make the chat on the left side go ugly, but it might make it a little more stable.
It won't
Okay.
make it go ugly because it's not moving quickly
No,
enough.
it's not moving quickly,
for
so
it.
it should be okay.
So you should be all right. But
Wow,
I don't
it's really
think that
low
that's
res on my
gonna-
screen.
I don't think that's going to change anything. If you have no connection, doesn't matter if you're at 6,000 or 3,000.
No.
It's 0 is 0.
But I try it. It's an easy change.
Yeah.
I think this
Sometimes
might be the
playback
illusion,
speed
Ben.
on a live stream.
I think this might not actually be happening, Benjamin.
Well, it could be that Riker and Troy are just watching all this on a holodeck.
Dear.
I think Paramount's gonna have to redo that episode one day.
I wish that they gave a Deep Space Nine a movie
They will
Mm.
soon.
when they could have. No,
Yeah, yeah. They might.
They can't now.
No,
It's too late, right?
it's been way
It's
too
been
long.
21 years since the show ended.
It would be a reboot if they did,
Yeah.
which would be weird. They won't.
Great episode, guys. Sorry about the lag.
A lot of lag, which is somewhat of an issue for this kind of thing. But
Yeah.
If you're having issues, just come on the Discord and listen.
hopefully the VOD works. So I'm gonna give it a couple extra minutes for the countdown just because I want to try and fix this a little bit more.
Okay.
Let me download Twitch test and see what that says. Twitchtest.zip. Yes, I would love twitchtest.zip.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do up, do up,
And
do up,
let's
do
see.
up, do up. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just keep that rhythm, give it everything you've got. Oh, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
So how about that weather? How's everyone's weather today?
It's really sunny, like obnoxiously
Here
sunny.
too.
Clouds,
Let's see.
No, weather is
nothing but
great.
clouds.
Sunny all day.
I should probably actually
I've,
look up what these numbers mean in Twitch test. It says quality 76 to Quebec, which is better than quality 0. Twitch test quality. What quality do I want? I assume it's out of 100.
What are you looking at?
There's
Screenshot
a-
it, send it to me.
There's a program that does some testing. You know what? I mean, I'm not hiding
You're
anything.
streaming
Let
it
me
to
just put it on
YouTube, not
stream.
Twitch.
I know, but I figure that's going to be indicative. If I would have problems on YouTube on my end, then I would have problems on Twitch as well.
There's on Twitch. I think there's multiple servers you can stream to, so you can pick which one you have the best connection to. I don't know how YouTube runs it because
Let me unblur my screen, and you can see what I'm looking at.
It's a big white blob right now. Okay.
And make
Alright,
sure I'm not
interesting.
revealing anything. No, I'm not. So yeah, it's testing a bunch of servers to Twitch. Just seeing if there's a problem with my connection. If there's an issue with my connection, it should show up here. Regardless of where I'm streaming to. And the people are saying like 80. Around 80 is good. Everything's about 80.
I'm gonna give you a tool to run, if you trust me. Let's see.
Sending me an EXE. It's dangerous.
I mean, that's RoboCop right there. So you may have some directives you don't know about.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Don't worry, we're gonna get to the episode 2 eventually.
You can run this, but some of the changes require a reboot, so I don't think you'll be able to
No, I'm not gonna.
get full use out of it until next stream. But I'm sending you the link now.
Maybe I just need to update OBS. Maybe I need to update my drivers and OBS. TCP Optimizer, a free, easy Windows program that provides an intuitive interface for tuning and optimizing your internet connection. There's no installation required. Just download and run as administrator. Ooh,
Yeah, no, it's legit. It's legit.
you
I
say
had
that.
a problem on my one computer that was only getting 600 megabits down, and after running this, well, I went through everything it does, so it got it to a gigabit. So
Hang on, let me load it in Microsoft Defender. Let me do a scan. 2 files scanned, 0 threads found. I guess I can trust you for now. For now.
it's all part of my evil plot
Yep.
to take over your computer.
There's certainly a lot of stuff here, which means something.
You just back up the current settings and then choose the optimized settings and apply it, and then it's going to say, to complete the rest of the app, you have to restart. You want to restart, just say no.
Optimal settings, apply changes. Oh, I didn't load it as administrator.
Does anyone know do up or scatting?
The
Hambo?
scat man.
God,
Yeah.
Camera scat man.
Give it out. No.
everybody knows the scat man. Okay,
Didn't he
so
die
that
a
just
few years ago?
crashed.
Oh no!
All right. Bye, stream. Nice knowing
Let
you.
me try it again.
Rip.
Really shut down for a second, but it's back now.
Yeah, the stream is back.
Oh no!
What have you done, Robo?
The virus. It's the virus.
I've installed a firmware on your 3090 that will mine Bitcoin for me.
My God.
Ethereum.
But I'm already mining Bitcoin for me. Well, I'm mining Ethereum for me. Okay, look, we're starting to count down to the next episode now. And we're just going to assume that it works. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I know something about viruses. I just rewatched Independence Day.
Ah.
Hmm.
So the next episode is
Yeah.
One Little Ship. Everyone be queued up.
Good times.
And,
Oh, it's-
It's their comedy episode before the fun, yeah, before we get into war crimes again.
Honor Among Thieves has no war crimes. It is tragic, though. It's very tragic. But we get a cat, so that helps.
Meow.
Alright, 20 seconds, One Little Ship, and then Honor Among Thieves, and I'll just... Nope, the bit rate's going down immediately. 1,200. 1,500. Wait, it's climbing again.
This is exciting.
15,
Jesus.
16% dropped frames, 17% dropped frames. 2,
That's not good.
1,
Ryan's bitrate.
play.
Welcome to
Godspeed.
Ryan's bitrate.
Welcome
watch
to
along.
Ryan's slideshow.
What is happening?
Ryan's PowerPoint presentation.
25% dropped frames, 26% dropped frames, 27% dropped
That's-
frames.
There's a problem.
I think we might have to just call the stream here and get next week, honestly.
No, just
Oh,
reboot
no.
your computer.
I think my computer's
modem
kind of
and
screwed
router.
and I need to fix it and come back next week.
Uh-oh.
It looks
That
like,
puts us
actually.
behind for seeing the what you call it?
Well,
Pale Moonlight on time.
DS9
Okay.
is behind TNG
Hang on.
anyway, so we
Yeah.
should.
What's-
I'm pausing the
what's
show
on-
and
what
I'm
we
calling the stream. I'm calling it.
In what sense?
Oh,
In what sense does
sad.
in the Pale Moon Night need to happen on time?
Just wanted to happen before I have to go
But-
back to the office.
Oh, I'm sorry.
D-Day is June 4th, guys. You can't push forth D-Day anymore or push it behind.
Well, were we stopping?
You'll have to
We're
take off
stopping
work
the
that day,
stream
Robo.
because
I'm gonna do it.
OBS is completely
I'm not.
worked.
I don't work on the weekends, but I just don't like going to the office.
Okay.
I mean, something's definitely streaming.
It's working at this particular moment, but it keeps coming and going.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's going down to 400
Yeah.
Oh,
kbps,
yeah, now it's buffering.
1400,
Yeah.
It just-
1500, 900.
Thank you, chat.
I'm gonna go update my OBS and my drivers, and I'm gonna reset my modem.
you
I
should-
guess.
I think you should reset your modem. Yeah, or your modem might be on its way out. How long have you had it?
Oh yeah, we
Like-
have cats.
3 years.
Quick, cat.
Yeah, it might be.
Can we do the cat cam before we leave?
3. I mean, I don't have the scene set up, so hang on. Let me.
Okay. Never mind.
It'll take
I
me.
don't-
I can do it, but it'll just take me a minute.
I mean, you're trying to figure out everything else. I don't think that's the priority.
Let's see. Capture my. What am I looking to capture? My display. And please capture the right one. Yes, good. That's the right display. Now let me cut off the left side because I only want to show the cat.
No one wants to see this. Only cat.
The stream. Oh, there's what?
There's a cat.
Black cat.
Cat.
He's blue. Thank you very much.
He doesn't look blue. That looks like
He's
a
Well,
black
that
a
cat
was-
to
British
me.
blue.
That was the Ryan's Watch Along BLM stream.
There was certainly an attempt to have a stream. Yeah, next week we'll start off with one little ship, and then we'll. So I did the math actually, which means what we leave behind will actually be its own day. It's going to be just what we leave behind for the finale.
Oh, good. Good.
But yeah, hopefully the cat makes up for the stream not happening.
We could even
And,
watch the documentary after What We Leave Behind.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you, chat. Thank you,
That's
guys.
We're done here.
Thank you, Robo, for
next week will
throwing
be
a
one
wrench into
little
everything.
Honor Among
What?
Thieves and Change of Heart.
Oh, those are all good.
And then we
Great.
have Wrongs Darker Than Night, or Death or Night, Inquisition, which no one never expects, and In the Pale Moonlight, the week after that.
Okay,
So, 2 weeks is going to be very dark.
that's fine. That's fine. We can handle dark. We're grown adults. We can handle a little bit of dark media. We'll be okay.
Thank you, Ryan.
Goodbye.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye, Jarlings.
Bye.
Bye, Rob.